We will be addressing word problems that have to do with consecutive integers. We're going to start off by understanding what consecutive integers are, and then we'll go ahead and look at the steps that we need to follow to create and solve equations from consecutive integer word problems. And after we're done going through the steps, we'll look at some examples together. So now, what are consecutive integers? Consecutive integers are integers that follow each other. So there are different types of consecutive integers that are very popular, very common. We have consecutive odd integers, which means the odd integers that follow each other. So you can see that there is 9, 11, 13. Then we have consecutive integers. So those would just be counting numbers. So we have 14, 15, 16, 17, and so on and so forth. And then finally, we have consecutive even integers. And so we have 12, 14, 16, 18. You can notice here that the reason why they're consecutive is that they have a very consistent pattern in which they follow each other. If we think about something like consecutive prime integers, that won't work because there's no real flow or there's no real consistency in how the next number is generated. So now, how would you go about creating and solving equations from consecutive integer word problems? The first thing you're going to do is identify your first integer and assign that integer a variable. The next thing you're going to do is now create expressions for the consecutive integers, and then you're going to now create an equation from the word problem. Simplify the equation by grouping common terms. So these are things that you would normally do when you're trying to solve equations. And then once we're done with that, we're going to solve the equation. Now let's go ahead and look at some examples together so we can put this to practice. So the first example says the sum of three consecutive integers is 87. What are the integers? So let's start off by saying the first integer is going to be x. First integer is going to be assigned the variable x. The second integer is going to be, so we're looking at three consecutive integers, so it's going to be x plus 1. So the previous integer plus 1. And then because we're looking at three consecutive integers, we have the third integer is going to be the second integer plus 1. So it's going to be x plus 1 plus 1, which is going to be the same as x plus 2. So now we have assigned values or variables to each of these integers. So now we know that the sum of these three integers is 87. So what we're going to now do is first integer plus second integer plus third integer equal to 87. So now we're going to replace those with their variable representations. So this is going to be x plus, and then we have x plus 1 plus, and then we have x plus 2 equal to 87. So now let's go ahead and we're going to remove the parentheses by just multiplying. We're going to distribute 1 into the parentheses because there's no value in front of the parentheses, so we can safely assume that that's 1. So this is going to be x plus 1 plus x plus 2 equal to 87. So now we're going to group common terms together. So that's going to be x plus x plus x plus 1 plus 2 equal to 87. So we have 3x plus 3 equal to 87. Let's subtract 3 from both sides. We have 3x equal to 84. And then we divide both sides by 3. And we have x equal to 28. So now that we found x, the question is asking what are the integers. So we need to find the first integer. So the first integer is going to be 28. The second integer is 28 plus 1, which is equal to 29. And then the third integer is 29 plus 1, which is 30, or you can say 28 plus 2, which is 30. So therefore your integers are 28, 29, and 30. Let's try another example. The sum of 4 consecutive odd integers is 72. What is the largest integer? So 4 consecutive odd integers. So the first one is going to be x. Remember that for odd integers, the next odd integers is going to be 2 plus the previous one. So the second is going to be x plus 2. The third is going to be x plus 2 plus 2, which is x plus 4. And then the fourth one is going to be x plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is going to be x plus 6. So therefore we have first plus second plus third plus fourth equal to 72. So now we're going to replace each of these with variables. So we have x plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6 equal to 72. And so we're going to simplify. So we're going to have x plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6 equal to 72. So we're going to group common terms together. So we have x plus x plus x plus x plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 equal to 72. So we have 4x plus 12 equal to 72. Subtract 12 from both sides. We have 4x equal to 60. Divide both sides by 4. We have x equal to 15. Now the question is, what is the largest integer? So the largest integer is going to be x plus 6. X plus 6, which is going to be 15 plus 6, which gives you 21. You can see that it's an odd number, so that means we're most likely correct. The last bit we have here is the sum of 3 consecutive even integers is 120. What is the middle integer? Okay, so the first integer is going to be x. The second, because it's even, your next even integer is going to be 2 added to the first one. So this is going to be x plus 2. And then your third one is going to be x plus 2 plus 2, which is going to be x plus 4. What we know about adding this is that we're looking for the sum of 3 of them. So it's going to be x plus 2 plus x plus 4 equal to 120. So we're going to group common terms together. First of all, we're going to get rid of the parentheses. So that is x plus 2 plus x plus 4 equal to 120. And so we have x plus x plus x plus 2 plus 4 equal to 120. So we have 3x plus 6 equal to 120. And so we subtract 6 from both sides, and we have 3x equal to 114. Divide both sides by 3, and then we have x equal to 38. Now we're looking for the middle integer. The middle integer is going to be x plus 2. So that is going to give us 38 plus 2, and that is 40. So our middle integer is 40.